Hello, hello. So we're gonna do a couple of different exercises today. Mix it up a little bit. Starting to work a little bit more on the side planks because we've not done that in a little while. And I know they're ones that people find hard. And yeah, we're going to do a bit of like an abdominal focus initially, but focusing on some of the muscles that work alongside the transverse abdominis. So we focus a lot on that muscle initially, but we do need to get it all working. So I thought I'd throw in some slightly different ones today. So a ball or pillow, doesn't matter which. And then we're going to start off on our side. So pop it to one side for a second and have a lie down on our side. Starting off with our deep breaths as always. So taking nice deep breaths in and out. Feeling that rib pushing into the floor and feeling the top rib come up into your hands. Let that belly relax, let it soften. As your breath fills that rib cage, the belly relaxes and our pelvic floor should start relaxing too. Nice deep breaths, a few more, just to get that pelvic floor and the abdominals warmed up. It's weird not having anyone here. I feel like I'm like, so how's everyone's weeks been? And I don't know, so tell me. Okay, we're going to do a belly pump, so pelvic floor and your transverse abdominis, just warm up those areas. On your next breath out, we're going to, holding in a fart, zipping up from top to bottom. Deep breath in and unzip all the way down at the back to let the pelvic floor relax. On that out breath, holding in a fart, draw that belly back. Deep breath in, let everything relax. Belly relaxes, pelvic floor relaxes. Breathing out, holding in a fart, then drawing that tummy in. So try and do both together. Deep breath in, everything relaxes. So do a few more at your own pace of breathing, just to get the sensation, that feeling of that full lift and the full drawback with both muscles. That coordination of them both together is hard. And even at this stage, often we'll do one or the other, but sometimes we forget to try and work all of them together, the lift and the wrap. Let's try and do a hold now. So on your next breath out, holding in a fart, drawing in. Keep holding it all, but keep breathing. On each breath out, just feel along your belly. Could you draw in any more? Deep breath in and relax. And again, lifting on your next out breath, holding in a fart, wrapping in. Keep that pelvic floor lift with the abdominals. Keep breathing, keep holding. Deep breath in and relax it all out. Last one. Breathing out, holding in a fart, zipping up from top to bottom. Keep breathing, but keep holding it. Try and keep that connection. Now, do you feel like your abdominals tire before your pelvic floor? Is the pelvic floor tiring? Like, where's your strength? Where you maybe you're slightly weaker still? Deep breath in and relax. How long can we hold it for? We want to get up to that 10-second mark ideally. Okay, so we're going to do some side planks. So much fun. So what I want you to do is put your ball or pillow, if it's a pillow, maybe stack up a couple of pillows because you want it to be yeah, slightly higher than a flat, if it's quite a flat pillow. Knees bent, not straight initially. And you're going to put your hand into the ball. And it's going to help lift you up, but it's also a bit wobbly. And the pressure downwards means that we have to stop ourselves from being pushed backwards or pushed forward or leaning into it. I want you to still be straight in your body, but we're going to try and hold that side plank, and then with each out breath, push into the ball. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, push down. But everything should stay still. As you're doing that breath out, think about that full belly pump, just as we were just doing. We're just in a slightly harder position. Last one. And relax down. Woo, it's a good one, isn't it? Bring the ball out a second, leave that one alone. Now we're going to go into our next exercise. So either do side plank, leg lift, and alternate between the two. Breathing out whenever you're lifting something, whether it's your body or your leg. If you want, you can try and combine. A bit harder. Breathing out to lift. Couple more. Last one. Hard exercise. Have a roll onto your back for me. So, what we're going to do now is, again, maybe a slightly harder exercise. So, we're starting to work these abdominals in like multiple ways all at the same time, because that's how we use them day to day. I want you to pop your ball or pillow between your knees and move your legs up into a tabletop position. So to keep your legs in tabletop, you're going to have to keep engaged in your belly at all times to some degree. If I just let go of my belly, my back's going to rock forward. So we have to keep engaged there. Then what I want you to do is bring your arms up. You're going to take the ball, come overhead, put it between your knees, arms over. So you're going between having to squeeze a ball in between your knees to between your hands. So wherever the ball is, try and squish it a little bit. Keep those ribs down, so no flaring up. As our arms come up, the ribs stay down. If it's starting to become too much, then you can always go onto your tiptoes on your feet, keep the ball there. Try not to put all your weight through those toes, but it just obviously takes the pressure off quite a bit. No coning, doming down the middle. A little bit, and I mean a very small amount, as long as it's soft is okay, but ideally we want to regulate that pressure. Last one. Okay, we're going onto our other side now to complete our side planks. So these exercises are really starting to get you prepared for more traditional core workouts. It's kind of the step before you go back to doing your full ab workouts, really. And you could probably do some more traditional ab workouts, but you just might have to maybe arrange things in a way that means you can do it, so keep your legs down, or just regress exactly how I've shown you before. Okay, so we're doing our side plank first of all. So come up into your side plank, and then we're breathing out, pushing down, breathing in to relax, push down and breathe out. Every time we're breathing out, we're thinking about that lift pelvic floor wrap in. Last one. And come down. Leave the ball pillow to one side, top leg out. So either alternate, go up, then leg, push up, then leg, or combine. Breathing out whenever we're lifting up with either leg or body or both. We don't do too many of these because they are hard. Keep that tummy wrapped in as we lift. That's our stability to stop us rocking all over the place. Last one. And relax. Right, instead of doing our form that we did before, we are going to have a go at a Russian twist. Ooh. Now we're not going to do it with a heavy weight or anything, so with your ball or pillow, I'm going to show you how you can gradually build it up. So keep your feet on the floor for me. Obviously this is nice and upright. So from up here, you can twist back, come back upright. So lean back slightly, breathe out to centre. Twist back slightly, out to centre. But you'll notice I'm not doing a curl down, I'm not crunching in my back as I'm doing it. I keep nice and straight, I'm just leaning back. Have a feel in your tummy as you do it. Am I keeping secure there? Or am I coning, doning a little bit? If you are, just lean back less. Even if you just do this for now, stay completely upright, just twist, that's fine. As you get more confident, so starting from here, then pitch back slightly. Exactly the same, but you're just keeping engaged more so the whole time until we're right back in that Russian twist position. So we breathe out to go to the side, breathe out to centre. Did I say that right? Breathe into the side, breathe out to centre. So just gauge where you're at. You might be right up here right now, just starting to get that twisting motion. You'll probably feel it a little bit in your hip flexors as well. One more each side. Perfect, okay. So we are going to have a stand up now, and I might just need to rearrange this camera so you can see me. It's a bit hard doing it on the phone. Can you see me like this? I'm trying to see. Where am I? Here. I think you can see me. Right then, so what we're going to do now is a bit of a standing circuit, but still quite abdominal focused. So, first what we're going to do, if you've got a weight of some kind, sorry, I should have said that at the beginning, any sort of weight that you've got, it doesn't have to be a dumbbell, it could be a water bottle, it could be a carrier bag with some books in it. It really doesn't have to be anything complicated. We're going to stand, we're going to lean down to the side, back to the top. Lean down to the side, breathe out to the top. Legs wider is easier, legs together is harder because you've got less of a base of support. And we're thinking about leaning, and then you think between your hip bone and your rib cage, bringing those together. So that's the movement we're doing, it's all from there. Couple more. And the more you kind of stretch down, the harder it is to obviously pull yourself back up. Last one. Swapping over to the other side. Stretch down. Breathe out to the top. Don't forget that belly pump. Get the transverse abdominis involved as well. That's how we get toned tummies back. It's by always utilising that transverse abdominis with, even though this isn't technically a transverse abdominis exercise, obviously working the muscles that are at the sides, by doing your belly pump at the same time, you're using the full strength of your whole abdominal unit. Okay, what we're going to do now is hold the weight in both hands. So if it's a water bottle or something like that, then obviously you're fine. If it's a bag of books, just hold the books maybe. Having to think about that one. Okay, so what I want you to do is hold the weight overhead, okay? Now the idea is that we keep our core strong as we're doing all these other movements. So we're going to do a lunge forwards and back, lunge forwards and back. But it's harder because our arms are overhead and we're having to really think about that core. So don't lose that breath. That's how we utilise the core. Breathing out to push up. As our arms, God, tripping over guitars, start to get tired, you can bring the hands down slightly if it's putting strain through your shoulders, but I want you to try and keep the weight overhead to make it harder. One more on each side and then we're changing it. Last one. Okay, bring the weight down here. We're going to lunge down, bring the weight out to the side, to the side. Try and hold that lunge, weight through the front leg. We're going to do a few of these. Last one. Swap over legs. If you're finding the deepness of the squat too much, then just come out of it a little bit. I'm more doing this as a core exercise, not a leg one. Deep breath out, back to centre. Last one. And standing up. My core's certainly feeling like it's had a little workout there. Okay. Whew, I'm tired, huh? Okay, so we're going to come back down onto the mat now and do some relaxation. I say relaxation. Before we actually do proper relaxation, we're going to do some awareness but based around the abdominals. So usually we just go through belly pump and we're like, let's do a belly pump, let's relax it back out. At the stage that you're all at, it's really important to start to be really clear on where our strength is. I'm wearing a long sleeve top, which isn't very helpful, is it? I'll just roll it up. I'm cold today. Okay, so we have 3 sections to our abdominals. That's where the six pack comes from when you think about it. So the upper part is usually quite overactive. Middle part usually struggles a little bit because that's where we're most stretched in pregnancy. The lower part tends to just forget that it needs to work sometimes, particularly if we've had C-section. So we're going to try and do a belly pump, but layering up. So instead of just doing a whole belly pump in, with our breath, we're going to try and do the lower part with the first out breath. The second out breath, draw the middle part in. Third breath, the top part. So we're going to try and do it in stages working up. Bear with. So deep breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, the 2 hip bones, draw the hip bones together. So can you see my belly drew in there from the bottom? I don't know if you can see that very well. So from the bottom, but actually up here it's still quite soft. Then deep breath in. Hold that bottom bit though. You're breathing in but you're holding. Breathing out the middle bit. Breathing in a top bit. So we end up with the 3 layers. Deep breath in, relax it all out. It's really, really hard to try and get the 3 layers, the 3 sections, particularly if we're really underactive in a certain area. The reason I start at the bottom and we work up is because the bottom one is usually what people struggle with. So really what I'm trying to get you to do is to get the bottom and the mid working, but actually not overcompensating at the top. It's something maybe to practice in the week if you find it particularly difficult. So breathing out, bottom. Breathing in, holding. Breathing out, middle. Belly button draws back. Breathing in and holding. Breathing out. Top. Deep breath in. Relax everything out. So wherever you feel like maybe you don't get as much of a connection, or you're like, God, I just can't do that bit. Like I get the rest of it, but that middle bit, just I can't draw that middle bit in. And then when you're doing your exercise during the week, when you're back at the gym, whatever you're doing, when you're doing your exercises, kind of consciously think about that particular area. So make sure we are using all of the abdominals, because if we can use all of them, we're going to be more efficient. Okay, that was your little awareness exercise for the week. It's a hard one. I'm not done it yet because it is really hard. Don't be put off if you can't do it yet. I'll have a charge for you. Let's do some deep breaths just to cool down. So deep breaths in and out. Deep breath in and relaxing out. Fill up that rib cage, fill that belly. If you want your legs stretched, to get a bit more of a stretch going through your pelvic floor, then do so. Deep breath in and out. You may have to continue your deep breaths, maybe do another like 10 deep breaths, because I think I'm about to have a toddler come in the room. I'm trying to film them in the day so that I get an evening to relax, because I'm very tired. So I'm trying to do them in the day, but it's hard because then you've got kids everywhere. As you just do your last few deep breaths, I hope you've all had a good week. Please do check in with me with how you're getting on, because I don't want to not speak to you, and I want to make sure I'm doing all the right things and that you're getting the benefit. So I'm going to try this week to make sure I actually message each of you, because I know how hard it is to get these things in when you've got a million other things on your mind, and the last thing you want to do is message your physio. So I'll try and message each of you to give you the nudge, and yeah, I hope your week's been okay.